suppliers. So a lot of the questions that we get, obviously, is it really at cost? Well, when you say yes, it is, they say, well, you must be making your money on shipping. And then you say, no, that's at cost too. And then they say, how do you profit as a company? And very simply, we interface with the largest companies in the world that deal in precious metals. And through technology, through API connections and sophisticated software, when our customers order, we place the order. It's locked in, and then it's shipped. So it's a very streamlined process. I hope I'm not giving away too many secrets, but the fact that we've got ATCOSTMETALS.com in the year 2023 is really a testament to the number of people that wanted to actually sell it at cost. So,
Justin, are you saying that the metals that we will order through your company are drop shipped directly from the producer?
Well, not from the producers. The producers would be like the U.S. Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint, Perth Mint, and then there are a select number of very specific companies that purchase from them. Not only do they purchase, but they're actually required to purchase because, example, U.S. Mint is not in the business of retailing to the public. You could buy from them, but I highly recommend against it because it's extremely expensive compared to the rest of the world. So not just us, but literally everywhere sells it less than the Mint because that's not their business. They produce it, they ship it out, they distribute it, and from there, those companies in turn ship it out to a lot of companies that you'll see online, big normal companies, and then sometimes those companies will send it out to other dealers and retailers. But we go direct to that source. So that first group, that first set of companies that purchase direct from the Mint, that's who we buy from.
Gotcha. And is it drop shipped or are you warehousing gold and silver?
Majority of everything will be drop shipped.
I like that. Yeah.
So they're not really in the business of sending out 1, 2, 3 coins. So we'll take care of things like that. Gold's a different story, but by and large, they will be doing all of the drop shipping and managing the vault, et cetera. So our job as a company is to interface and to bring customers. And then my job specifically is to make sure all of that happens and manage the networks that our affiliates are representing our story correctly and, pitching, promoting our story of ATCOSTMETALS so that everybody wins.
Justin, so when I look at a company to get involved with, one of the things that I look for when I'm analyzing or trying to decide is, what is the key component to this business? What is the key ingredient that makes it work? And in this case, I think that you could say it is the relationships that you have with the suppliers that is the key component. And not every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the street can just walk in and get that kind of a relationship. Would you say that that's an accurate statement?
Well, yes, that's a definite statement. So to get this kind of relationship, you first have to buy in bulk already. And to integrate is, another step. And then the vault and all of that is actually another step. So I've spent most of my adult life, even as early as a teenager, buying precious metals. And it's just such a good thing to own. In times like this, it's even better to own. And when you combine that with networking, I take vitamins, but I like the inexpensive vitamins. The stuff you could buy on the shelf on the local drugstore. So if you combine a product and networking, it really should have permanent value. So for all of those reasons, that's why I think that ATCOSTMETALS is unique. It's a great product to be garage qualified for, of course, but it's better to offer a product that bona fide actual customers say, yes, I'm in, I want that, because everything goes much more smoothly.
Oh, I totally agree. I mean,
Yes.
There are some great products out there that are sold through a multi-level sort of structure, but in order for them to function, there has to be a monthly auto ship. And if it's a consumable, then you actually have to consume them. And very often the drinks, the lotions and potions, you don't want them anymore. And in order to keep things going, you got to keep ordering them. They start stacking up in the garage. Whereas with this, you want it to stack up in the garage. It looks great. I wanted to ask you, I know that you've been in this for a long time and you've got relationships, you've been involved in strategic positions in other companies. Could you tell us about that? Because I know that some of the people that I bring into this business are going to want to do research on you, do their due diligence. They're going to find information about you, and they're going to be asking us questions about how did that go? How did that end? What happened over there? If you could address that real quick, then we can just dispose of that.
Sure. Well, I started selling precious metals in a network marketing company when I was 32. We sold a lot of metal. Started at the bottom, little shops here and there, buying all the metal that I could, and worked my way up to, or our way, because it was definitely a team effort, to selling a lot, $1 million orders. And, that opens up doors. It opens up different vendors. And, that first venture was extremely smooth for many years. And right at the end, it turned into something that was just a lot. We had a lot of money flowing in and out for metals. Even at that time, it was so much that banking relationships were like, you do $1 million in, $1 million out the same day. There's nothing for us, and that really kind of turned to a risk for them, according to them. My father was master distributor of that first company. He got sick, he died, and I was on hormone therapy because I was overworked, happily overworked, but definitely overworked. And, they're giving me scans for tumors and brain cancer and all kinds of stuff. And I just ended up being just overworked. So that, I have the next part of that story, I try to explain very delicately. And originally, I think, in my opinion, it was just a continuation of the idea of ATCOSTMETALS, from the previous company. The at cost portion of it, meaning metals at cost, stayed for a while, and then it wasn't. And I'm not walking on eggshells, but I'm not trying to start a war either. The original concept there doesn't really exist anymore at that company. Okay, so what I had always hoped and envisioned in my heart is what we're doing at ATCOSTMETALS. So, I don't know how to do that. We've got a great comp plan, and our precious metals are at cost. I think, they've got a tremendous, loyal group as a big portion of their following, their customer base, and that's great. I just want to sell precious metals at a better price, and we do it at cost.
Justin, I really appreciate that. I know that because, your father was involved and you had health issues as a result, that was a difficult story to tell. But I think it is important. And for me personally, this is the first time I've heard the story directly from you, and to witness the emotional response that you just gave to that is I'm sorry I put you through that, honestly, but it is going to be important to our relationship and our business. I thank you very much for that. So let's move on. Past that, obviously you've been in this business for a while, or you wouldn't, have the contacts and the ability and the whatever it takes to put something like this together. I like when you talk about the comp plan, a lot of the people that follow me are actually traders. We trade futures, we trade Forex, we trade commodities. And so this whole network marketing thing, that's where Gary comes in. I've never been a network marketer, but there's a compensation plan associated with introducing people. Could you talk just superficially about that? Because I'm going to, as part of this video, I want to put some details about the comp plan, but just, superficially, if you could go over that real quickly for us, and how lucrative, introducing others to gold and silver would be, or could be for them.
Sure. Well, I can tell you emphatically, the greatest thing to ever happen to network marketing is technology, period, by far. So, when networking was invented, the affiliate program or compensation plans, when all that was invented, it was just a nightmare. I mean, you were doing accounting and you weren't necessarily an accountant, et cetera. So the advantage to doing a network marketing company is, one, the company gets to pay specifically and exclusively for sales that occur, instead of just throwing everything against the wall, like what was done in the 70s, 80s, 90s. It's more targeted. And then the evolution of affiliate programs is, hey, if something gets sold, who's the person that sold it? And then they get a portion of it. And that's a beautiful thing. So as a company, effectively, our marketing is 100% affiliates. Just like, Amazon, their affiliate marketing. Walmart has affiliate marketing. Your dentist has an affiliate program, refer a friend, free teeth cleaning. And that's the way business is done.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's it really